reminds me of one of the old Bethesda logos. Right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a rather loud and rather spooky, hopefully, game called Unsorted VHS. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm just going to, why can't I move the... Oh, I need to use the WADs. I was using the arrows. Sorry. Right. Sorry about that.
It's been a bit of a stupid face.
You wake up hanging from a ceiling. Oh, charming. A box of VHS tapes sits in front of you. When you say hanging by what? You pick up a tape. It softly quivers in your hands. Like what, a tribble? The label reminding you of a distant memory. Suddenly, you hear a strange voice. Hopefully it's not mine. Play the tapes. Find out how you got here. Everything is interlinked. Don't you remember? Eject tapes at any time with G. Oh, alright. Press E to eject. Fair enough. Yes, so... What am I hanging from? I don't seem to be hanging from anything. I just seem to be sat in a chair, which is a lot more reasonable than I thought it was. But hey ho, at least it's a beautiful starry night. Yes, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Why is that one covered in blood? Never mind. Yes, good evening and welcome to a little game called Unsorted VHS, which caught my attention as being, well, as the introduction suggested, a little game where you watch through a few VHS tapes, although I presume we're actually going to play the little games in them. We have to sort of unravel a little mystery, so I thought this would be interesting. Sorry, can I watch the first one, please? Here we are. Press F to inspect tape. What does it say? Mountain View Primary School. Oh. We're going to go back and see if we can teach Phil how to speak the English language, how to count to 3, and what the primary colours are. In fairness, that's all information that I could benefit from. But yes. Sorry. It's the awful, awful memories of my education coming back to me. My goodness, this is loud. I find that bloody bell and shut it off. I don't know. So I can eject the tape, presumably to end the story. By pressing G. Sorry, I just need to get away from that damn bell. It says that there would be an emphasis on visual storytelling, so I imagine that this will be a little bit light on the obvious. Alice, do you want to go play at the cabins after school again? It's so fun. I realise that you don't have... No, I realise that you don't poof to the cabins are already open. They would chase this game of tag forever. What under the sun are you talking about? I'm glad we're in a school, because hopefully they'll teach you what the hell word poof means. Alright. It's very dark, and I have to walk backwards so that we can actually get a point of reference as to whether or not I'm going somewhere. I seem to have stopped going somewhere. Interesting. Alright. Curious. Alright. I presume I can't go through any doors or anything. That seems a bit too obvious. Alright. I tell you what I'm going to do. For the sake of escaping that damned bell, which is driving me ever so slightly insane, I'm going to switch over to a different tape. What does this say? The Looker. Right. Presumably this is a tape about a somewhat attractive person. Which makes it undoubtedly a better video than any of the videos I've ever made. Goodness. Hey look, there's no bloomin' bells here, so that instantly makes this my favourite tape ever. Oh man alive, you know what this actually reminds me of very strangely is actually the first little random indie horror thing I ever played off Itch.io called, I think it was called The House in the Woods. It was, it's a long time ago, but it had a scene a little bit like this in it. Yes, I think I think it might be that I either need to do something, sort of in one tape, and then that will allow me to do more in another tape, or maybe there'll be different bits of information that I can sort of gather up in each one, and then that will help make things a little clearer as we progress. Oh, can I go through here? No, I can't, but at least I know what the interact button is now. It's E. Alright, so I need to find a key so that I may go into the basement. Fair enough, that seems sensible, or the root cellar, it perhaps is. Should we can go through the front door, the thing that we started facing, instead of me being so contrarian as to wander around the entire house first? Oh. Oh, darn it, I can't go in here either. This isn't going extremely well, is it? This isn't a fantastic beginning to this little game. I'm not getting anywhere. It does seem like they're broadcasting over some sort of pirate radio or something from here, which is most interesting. I like all the little twigs and things on the ground. That's a nice footstep sound effect they've got going on. What are these? Are these just bits of tree? They seem to be sort of knobbly and bobbly enough to just be bits of tree, but at the same time, I'm not sure because the shapes don't seem very tree-like. I don't know what these are. There do seem to be a few of them slightly further out, though. So I do wonder if there's perhaps somewhere else I'm supposed to wander off to. The answer to that question is clearly no, because there is an invisible barrier here, which is preventing me from wandering around. Interesting. This is most mysterious and most bizarre. I don't think I'm getting very far with any of these. I was going to say, is that the wind in the leaves, but there aren't any bloody leaves. That's more like rushing water, actually. Alright, I presume there aren't any obvious windows that we could climb in. It's not going to let me interact with anything, is it? No, and hopefully no one's going to peek out of the window and scare me. That would be very mean. Alright, we don't seem to make any progress with this one either, so this isn't going great. Maybe we're supposed to start at the other end and then work backwards. Alright, let's have a look at this third one. What is this one saying? Cabin anomaly investor briefing. Oh good, I have to brief some shareholders. My favourite thing in the world. Bloody hell. Oh, good nuts. Some very funky jazz music. Nature of the anomaly, teleportation, instantaneous travel between two locations without crossing the intervening space. I love this music. Oh goodness, there's a little man going in there. Oh, did he teleport? Bloody hell, the unmarked location, a branch of the cabin anomaly. One of the 6 cabins seems to be missing. It is unknown how to enter it. Right. Why is it so loud? Besides the traced symbol at the centre of the cabins, the material is extraterrestrial. One part of the symbol... oh. What? This doesn't make any sense. This includes the investor briefing. Alright, can you please stop making that ghastly noise now? Oh dear, this isn't going very well. I'm not very good at this game. Okay, that was very loud. I didn't like that. I'm not really sure how that's supposed to help me. Okay, security room. Let's go into the security room. Let us have a look through some CCTV cameras and see if we can spot any shoplifters. Right. Okay. Oh look, there's the is that the sort of the broadcast tower from before? I don't know. Possibly. Dear oh dear oh dear. It's taking a rather sort of SCP Foundation sort of vibe to it, isn't it? That's interesting. Oh goodness, there's little drawers that I can open. So can I find anything in the little drawers? Oh goodness, I have found a floppy disk. Which seemed a strange name to my mind, given the fact that they're rigid. It's a slip of paper with the branch of anomaly security index codes written on it. Oh, interesting. Like SCP Foundation codes. Hello. That was the quietest jump scare I've ever encountered in my life, and thus it is my favourite. Alright, there appears to be a dead body here. Hello, dead body. With weird spikes coming out of your shoes. Alright, fine. Oh, so this is what you were talking about, everything is interlinked. So that's the cabin, isn't it? There's the door. And then there's like something there that I need to pay attention to. Interesting. Can I pop this in here? There we are. What is in here? what is in here with your glass grasping talons. What? Okay, how do I use number keys to input code? Yeah, I was going to do that, but I'm more interested in having a look at this. So, the cabin anomaly, that's got... Yeah, you can see that my camera's not in the way for once on a blue moon. So that's got the code of 10001. How long is the code? It's 4 digits. Okay. So I'm looking for a 4-digit number related to that cabin anomaly. Interesting. It's very bloody dark here, isn't it? I've got the faintest idea what's here, but I don't seem to be able to interact with it. So that's marvelous. All right. Again, well, that's helped a little bit, right? It's given me a clue about the house. So let me go back to the little house. The looker. Yes, was that on the cabin in? I don't remember. Yes, indeed. Here we are. All right. So what I'm looking for is it this lump here? Oh, that's where the key is. I'm so stupid. I should have seen that in the first place. Never mind. I'm on the right track. I did look at the big lumpy things and wonder if they were important. So, you know, I was doing my best. My best, as ever, was not good enough though. But never mind. Let's have a little look in the basement and see what we can find. I'm glad we'll make a little bit of progress. Oh gosh, I don't like it down there. Wish I had a light of some kind. It's bloody dark. Is that my heartbeat, or is that some more funky rhythms we've got going on? I don't know. Oh, a light! Ask and thou shalt receive. I ask for a better working brain then. That's what I need to receive. I go through here. No, I can't. Alright. Interesting. Some sort of little sort of system of catacombs under here. I like this. I like this. I'm not actually sure this is a catacombs though, because I'm pretty sure by definition a catacombs has to have people buried in it. But hey ho, maybe they'll kill me and stuff me in the ground. Then it can be a catacombs, can't it? Oh goodness! Press right click to zoom, just in case you needed a better view on this, and I don't. Oh goodness! Can I peek in here? No, is the answer to that. There's nothing down there. All right, fascinating. Can I read anything on the old computer? No, seemingly not. Oh, that's why you want me to zoom in. All right. How does this work? From Alfred Raphael to George Booker. George, I'm sending this to you from the looker in the hope that it does not find me here. Put the cabin anomaly on full lockdown. Hell, if I were you, I would put the pulse sonar down. Whatever the hell that means. The access code is 4142. I know this is coming out of nowhere. I'm not the one authorized for this, but you have to trust me. I'll try to make my way to you. Is there someone standing behind me? No, that makes a lovely blooming change. Okay, so 4142. Let's then go back to the little security cabin and put that code in and see what happens. I feel like we're actually starting to get somewhere now, which is good. I was a little bit worried that this game was about to go into the outtakes folder, given the last 3 or 4. Oh, that's interesting. It sort of reset it right from the start because the yeah, look, and this is still waiting to be done. Interesting. And the helicopter's still flying over from its original spot. Interesting. Right. Let's see if I can remember the key. Was it 4142 or was it 4241? I don't remember. Let's try both. 4142. Hooray! Overwriting lockdown. Hooray! Now people can go to concerts again. That joke isn't 4 years old. Lockdown reverted. Oh, huzzah. Not wholly sure how that helps. But alright. Can I go through here? Presumably not, no. Okay. Well, we've done a thing. I'm not sure it's a good thing, and I'm pretty sure the entirety of the world is going to hate me for the thing that I've just done, because that's probably going to allow awful, ghouly monsters to murder everyone, but we won't worry about it. Alright, should we have a look at this one? Oh, I'm so going to get murdered if I go in here. But hey ho, it's only a video, so everyone's utterly safe. That was weird, I didn't like that. Alright, what have we got going on here other than another beautiful starry night? Bring your kid to work day. What could possibly go wrong? Your child might get eaten by a monster, and then you wouldn't have to pay for children's birthday parties anymore, and then that would make life a lot more financially feasible. Excuse me. Oh, don't worry. Just picking up my metal hips. We won't worry about that. I just won't be able to open any of these lockers, so that's nothing to worry about. I can't go through this door. Observatory. Oh goodness, we can have a look through a telescope at some pretty stars, and definitely not observe somebody getting eviscerated by a demon. Oh, this isn't marvellous. Surely lifting the lockdown should have made it easier to go places, except it doesn't seem to have done that. I didn't even twig that that door was open. I didn't even twig that that door was open. Right. I won't worry about that. Okay, let's for this. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Ever since I took that hiatus, my resistance to jump scares has gone through the floor. It's not absolutely marvellous. Alright, can I go through here? Can I ring for the elevator? The answer to that is no. Alright. Does this mean we're going to find a load of dead children at some point? That's not something I'm looking forward to. Oh goodness, there is mathematics. Frightening, I actually understand some of this. Not all of it, but some of it. Alright. Right, okay, yeah, so this is all talking about there's a ring of cabins, aren't there? I have a funny feeling we might turn on the light and see that in a moment. And then there's this sixth cabin, which is this sort of mystery one, which everything seems to be pointing towards that. Interesting. Right. I don't know what the hell this is. Oh, this is the light bar which has fallen off. What does this say? Most of the financiers are simply not interested in the unmarked location. Well, of course not. They can't see it. It's an unrealized return. And if I'm being completely honest, it might not even exist. Our best option, yeah, investing in things that don't really exist. That's a great financial strategy. Our best option right now is trying moving one of the cabins. It could prove to be a revolutionary way of transport. I'll assemble a team for Tuesday. Right. Yes. Are you sick of commuting to the office every day? Would you like to erect a cabin in your garden and another one by your desk at work so that when you step into one cabin you appear in the other one? I think I'll stick to the car if you don't mind. Alright, can I do this? Oh yes, light! Let there be light! And there was. Marvellous. This is going quite well. What does this button do? Nothing, seemingly. Alright, let us do some observing. Can I zoom? No, I can't zoom. I can only zoom in the other one. What a terrible shame. There are no adorable zoomies to watch. Alright. The light seems to be flickering on the first house? Yes, indeed. Interesting. Interesting. Sorry, I was just looking at this number here. I was thinking about this number, rather. I was just thinking... They're trying to work out a number of combinations. Is the idea that perhaps... Because if they're talking about combinations, it must be like combinations of numbers. And it would be like a sequence. So maybe you need to go through a set number of doors in a certain sequence in order to make the sixth cabin appear. I don't know, I'm making it up as I go along at this point. Alright, I'm not really sure how that helps. Can I go back to... Oh, the elevator's open now. The lift. It's expedient, isn't it? Alright. Fair dues. Anything in the bin? Bloody hell, what the hell happened there? That wasn't me. I don't know what that was. I have noticed my mouse doing that from time to time. So it might just be the might just be something on my mouse. Please be aware of the following guidelines when working with the cabin anomaly. Do not under any circumstances leave objects inside the cabins, or else the janitor will get grumpy at you for making it messy. This can cause fatal injuries upon teleportation. Close the cabin door upon exiting them. This is to maintain the interior of the cabins. Failure to do so may damage the integrity of the anomaly. Employees must conduct teleportation research one at a time. See guidelines 1. Failure to follow these guidelines may result in contract termination. I think it may also result in life termination if you aren't careful. But we won't worry about that. I do find it interesting that they're very much... sorry, I'm just going to stand here for a second when it's quieter. They do very much seem to be basing this almost on an SCP type of thing. But SCP isn't a, you know, it's not like a copyrighted thing. If anyone wants to make an SCP game, then, you know, they're more than welcome to. Interesting. So, let's see what happens. What it's like to be teleported. Trying to shut the door behind me. Oh, is that how I get teleported? Yes, it is, because I've now come out of the second one, haven't I? Interesting. Although, curiously, the second one doesn't actually seem to have a number on it. Unlike, say, the third one and the others. Curious. Curious, curious, curious. Alright, let's see what else happens. Which one have I popped out of now? Sorry, and just shut the door behind me like a good boy, don't I? Now I have popped out of the first one again. Alright, interesting. Interesting. So, presumably, there's some sort of special sequence that I need to follow to, perhaps to make the sixth cabin appear? Is that what is up? I don't know. Again, I seem to have popped out of the second one. Oh, the first one, sorry. Interesting. Lots of them seem to be bringing me back here. Interesting. Well, that doesn't help me a great deal, and that doesn't tell me a great deal, but it is at least vaguely interesting. Alright. So I think I've got I think I've got a vague understanding of what my objective is. It's just going to be a question of how I execute that. Can I go back up or not? No, seemingly not. Alright then. Alright then. I'm going to... I don't know what I'm going to do actually. I'm going to... I don't think there's anything further to do in the security room. I'm not going to listen to the investor briefing again because that really blew my bloody ears out. I'm going to go back to this one for a moment and just see if there was anything else in the basement that I missed. Oh, interesting. Do they all just reset? I didn't think this one did reset the first time, but maybe I didn't realise it. Okay, no, so it doesn't completely reset. It might just reset your location. It would be kind of nice if it picked you up from exactly where you left off, as if you sort of paused the VHS tape, take it out, put a different one in, and then when you came back to the original VHS tape, you sort of resumed from exactly where you were. I think that would be, kind of cute. Although I don't seem to have the light anymore, so I'm going to need to try and find that again. Alright, still here. I'm grateful for that. Yeah, I just want to wander around the basement a little bit more. Can I zoom again? No, I can't. I can only seemingly do that in the room of zooming. Yeah, I just want to have a moment's look around here again, just to see if there was anything that I missed. Anything obvious? Yes, you're just telling me to do that because I can do that in this room and nowhere else. That's fair enough, so I can't open this to a drawer or anything. There's just blood leading down to this little hole in the wall. Alright, and there wasn't anything else of use here, was there? I mean, there's a date and a time and presumably some sort of personnel codes or something. But other than that... what is pulse sonar? I don't know if that bears some importance to something, but don't know. I've got a very stripy computer and I like that. Alright, I don't quite know what I'm walking back for. Just in the actually I know what I'm walking back for. I've decided why I'm walking back. I've decided why I'm walking back, so I want to know if I can take this light outside and then if I can look at the slightly darker parts of the house. I can't look through the windows. Can't do any peeping. In fact, I can see that is just a black texture on the inlay of the window. So that's it. That's an interesting secret about the game design we've revealed. But right, can't go inside. I don't think I'm actually going to be able to go inside at all. All right. Got a bit of a mystery on our hands, and I'm not wholly sure how to solve it. I'm going to go back to the school one, not because I have a burning desire to listen to that bloody bell again, but I feel like we've got the least information out of here. Maybe reading that note again will help me understand things. So, I might do a little bit of a jump cut, so you don't have to listen to this bell quite as much as I do. Maybe the word poof has more significance than I realise here, because if this is a primary school, then presumably the person reading this is relatively young. So when he says, or whoever writes this, when the writer says, I just realised you don't poof to the cabins that are already open, that presumably means that, let's say, all the doors are open, except 1 and 5, and I then walk in 5, I'll then presumably pop out in number 1. Interesting. I don't know how that would help. It would allow me, assuming that it works, to... In fact, let's test it, shall we? Because it means I can go away from that damn bell. I don't want to Pavlov's dogs. I don't need to listen to that crap. No, not that one. This one. Yes. I want to test it first. So, I don't quite know how this is going to help me, but presumably it will allow me to control where I teleport to and from. So I want to test you. I might as well test it with 1 and 5. In fact, let's not test it with 1 and 5, because I think that's the... I think we actually did go in 1 and then we came out 5. Or the other way around, I mean. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave that door open, and I'm going to leave this door open. Thank you. And I'm going to leave the door of number 4 open. I'm then going to go into number 5 and see if I come out of number 3. So that could that will allow me to test whether these small children have figured out this strange science. At least there's a moment of peace and quiet. I assume there's nothing in here of any interest, is there? Again, it's so bloody dark I can't really see, but I can sort of trace my bum along the wall and just see that it is indeed a square. Yes. Interesting. What if they're all 4 doors open and I go in number 5? What the hell happens then? It's either going to break the game or it's going to get me killed. Quite possibly both. Maybe it won't teleport me anywhere. Maybe I'll just still be at number 5. Oh, bloody hell. I've broken everything. I don't think I want to be here. I don't... my house is gone. What does this say? Stop being so freaking stupid. Oh, goodness. It's all written in alien language. Oh goodness, this is a bit spooky. I'm glad we figured it out though. Who knew that my everlasting desire to break games and just bollock with them to see if I can make them get all broken would actually pay off one day. Oh, I'm frozen in place. Oh no, I've been caught in a bear trap. I don't remember seeing this on the floor, but I keep stepping in these in Fallout games, so maybe that's no surprise. Oh goodness. Assimilated by the mannequin people, and now we're going stargazing again. How lovely. Oh, I'm here again. I'm here again. I'm moving very slowly, presumably because I got a bear trap stuck on my foot. Don't worry about that. What a strange game. I like it. It's very mysterious and very sort of otherworldly. It's rather nice, rather enjoyable. Going a lot better than the last few things I've tried to play, which have all been a bit disastrous, if I'm completely honest with you. Oh, goodness. Now I know what you mean about hanging from the ceiling. Oh, Inception. Oh, bollocks. Oh, dear. Contents of these tapes are very familiar. They remind you of a place similar to this one. But how do you expect to return? You watch them over and over again. The fiction between the VCR head and the tape the friction rather, wears out the plastic. They grow brittle and break. All that's left are distant memories. That was really good. I really enjoyed that. That was a lovely little mystery. I like that you got different bits of information from each one. I'm not wholly sure what the purpose of the briefing was. I just tried to use the bloody arrow keys again, even though I know they don't work. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the briefing was all about. Other than to be extremely loud and blow your eardrums out, but never mind. I wouldn't mind if they had some settings or something which allowed you just to monitor the volume, but maybe the loudness of it is intentional. Don't worry about that. Yes, it was rather good. It was a bit spooky and a bit scary, a bit sort of otherworldly, and very nicely put together from a technical perspective. Very interesting as well to be able to sort of switch between, I suppose, 6 different worlds, technically speaking, because you have 5 different worlds in one video. Given that you can switch between 4 of the levels where you can move around. There's the briefing, which probably I should have started with the briefing. Actually, maybe that would have made more sense. You'll forgive me if I wasn't enthused to spend my whatever the hell it is, Monday, I think. Evening briefing shareholders on the amortization of their returns, or whatever the hell it was they taught at university. But no, I like that. I like sort of switching between the different little environments. How each one has a little bit of information in it, which is useful. I think this could be sort of expanded into a wider sort of product where, you know, each world has like one little bit of information that gets you one step further in another one, and then that allows you to get another piece of information which gets you one step further in another one, and you sort of keep switching between them in a sort of cycle, sort of bouncing between the different worlds, making little bits of progress each time. I think that could be a nice way to expand on it if indeed there's any plans to expand this. But anyway, that was really rather good, and I really rather enjoyed it, and I hope you did as well. That was Unsorted VHS, so thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look after each other, and